Let's do it, YouTube.
What's going on YouTube? It's Castashin and Sam back again for another YouTube reaction video. Today's video we're gonna be reacting to the art called Rap by Krishna. Wait, Krishna is his real name?
Krishna.
Because I see it spelled Krishna. So I just wondered if like Krishna is his real name, but he just like his rap name is just his real name, but with the $sign.
I don't even. I forgot, to be honest, because I forgot. I know he mentioned it in some diss tracks, but I forgot. It's been a while. Guys, we will react to it some other mashup. We would love to react to the mashup, bro, but like it would just I can't risk like getting copyrighted and stuff. But yeah, we are gonna finish it off after this video. It's Krishna Kaul. Oh, that is his real name.
I had a song called I'm Ready with Raftar. Basically, I have been rapping for about 14 years. And I was recently in a movie called Gully Boy, which everyone seems to have seen. But the sad part is that people now see me and say, oh, you were in Gully Boy, and they don't know that I've been rapping for 14 years. That's what Bollywood does. So basically, I'm a rapper. I've been rapping for 14 years from Delhi. And I'm going to tell you my story and the topic beyond the light bulb, light beyond the light bulb. I'm going to explain how not giving up has paid sort of dividends. But before that, the students here requested me to explain to people what rap music is. And I know there's a common notion that, you know, rap is very easy and like everyone can rap because it's just rhyming a couple of words, right? So I wrote something quickly for this purpose. It doesn't have too much meaning, so don't look for it. But just to exhibit how we rap and how we put rhymes together. So this is something that I wrote. So I'm going to rap this out for you. ये है हिप हॉप और रैप से है वफादारी, पर इससे पहले कि करूं मैं देना सलाह जारी, बोलना चाहूं मेरा कलम ही धर्म है, कई लोग जलन से गरम है देख के मेरी कलाकारी, कला भारी हमारी पर उनको ना समझ आएगी, सच्चाई कड़वी दवाई तो नेक्स्ट केमिस्ट भाई की, गॉट द रेस्ट वैक्स द बेस्ट बेट, प्रस्तुत में नेक्स्ट गेस्ट ऑन TEDxMSIT. So now when you would say, okay, this is rap and it rhymes, yes. And you ask people, okay, so what's rhyming here? They'll probably just look at a few of the words in the end, like wafadari, jari, kari, 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞. But I sort of broke it down into all the rhymes that this little piece has, and broke it down into a color scheme. So the colors are actually matching the words that rhyme. So technically here, there are 8 rhyme schemes within 8 lines. And that is what rap is. So wafadari will actually rhyme with salah jari, which are 2 words rhyming with 1. Then kalam and dharam rhyme there. Jalan and garam rhyme there and rhyme up there. Then kalakari goes back and rhymes with salah jari. Then kala bhari hamari also rhymes with kalakari. And then samajh aayegi rhymes with bhai ki, IT. And so this is just to give you a sort of example of how complicated and how technical rap is, So most people might think, oh, rap is very easy, but it's not easy, right? And if they say that, please tell them to make this and show you, right? So this is what rap is, and it's very popular nowadays, and kids are listening to it. But I want to take you back a little bit, maybe 14 years. To a point where I started rapping. And that was, I started rapping when I was 14 years old. And it was more out of necessity because I had, there were circumstances that I moved to London for a few years. And in London at that time, they'd already got a hip hop scene. It was called grime in London, and they started, basically they were already rhyming. And so I was a kid from India that's moved to London, and I happened to go to a school that was pretty rough, so it was not like a nice polished school. So I had to find ways to fit into the school, And I didn't want to be this geeky Indian, stereotypical Indian kid who would get picked on because, oh, they all Indian study and what the notion is. So I kind of, I always liked hip hop music, listening to it. So I thought, why not start writing a little bit and see. What that got me like almost immediate acceptance at that point, and all the cool kids in the school would be like, oh, Krishna is cool, Krishna raps, right? Became like a novelty because an Indian kid was rapping. So it went from there to then, me continuing. Then I came back to India. When I came back to India, there was no hip hop scene. People would laugh if you said, I rap. They were like, what's rap, right? So from there, not being demotivated because I was still in school, I just did it on my own. I got to college, and in college I met a couple of friends that also had the same interest. And that kind of led me to think that maybe, I can do something with them. At least there are a few people who can understand what I'm doing, because for art, like, you have to have an audience. I mean, I'm not here to make art only for myself, right? So like three, four people was good enough for me at that time. And I started rapping, and we started recording songs. And I started getting a little bit of buzz in Delhi. People used to have like Bluetooth phones then, and they used to share songs and stuff. But I'm from a Kashmiri Pandit family, and education is very important. So I had to go and do my postgraduate. I'm from Delhi University, and I had to go and do a postgraduate. So I went to 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞𝐻 College in Bombay. And when I went there, I was sad because everything that I felt I had built up as a fan base, I had lost already. Because I was in a new city, I had no friends, nobody knew who I was, So it was like, oh, do I have to start all over again? And I actually did start all over again. I went and I decided that I was influenced by American rap. That was the biggest thing. I decided that I will go to a label like they do in America and give them my demo CD and say, hey, I've made songs, will you sign me, right? And this was maybe 2008, right? And I went there, so I somehow got a meeting with an A&R. A&R is artist and repertoire, and that's the person at labels who signs people. I went and met that person, and I gave them my CD, and I said, this is my CD and whatever. And I don't know what it was fate or whatever, that CD didn't work in his system at that time. So he said, give it to me, I'll listen to it later, and I'll get back to you. And a week passed, 2 weeks passed, and he wasn't calling me back. So I thought, maybe there's something wrong. I out of desperation, called him once and said, can you just give me any answer? And he said, oh, your songs sound too international. And at that point, I'm thinking, it's a good thing, but he's saying it like it's an insult, right? Your songs sound too international. I mean, I'm young, and if my songs sound international, you should sign me, right? But that was his justification to say that I could not be signed. So that was the first time that, I was disheartened, but I had a plan. I thought, what? This would probably be the end of it, where I think, oh, this cannot happen, right? But I thought, how can I make it happen? And I thought that I could probably see how these labels work, and then, maybe pitch it in a new way to see, like, is there something that they're looking for that I don't have and that people don't have? So what I did was I desperately tried to get like an internship or anything I could do at a music label, just to understand the process of how people get signed and why I didn't get signed, right? I tried and I failed to the point that I had to move back from Bombay to Delhi. I was very sad because I didn't want to leave Bombay at that point. But somehow one evening I got this call from someone that I knew, an acquaintance, and they said, what, there's this label called Universal Music, and they have a vacancy. So do you want to try and try going there and or trying? So I called them, and they said, yes, we have a vacancy. Could you come tomorrow? And I was in Delhi at that point. I didn't care. I got like a Tatkal ticket. I ran to Bombay. I got into, I went there. They gave me an internship, almost no money. I was like, it's fine, I'll do this. Within 3 months of working there, I had my song out on Universal Music, right? That was only because it was basically, I had a plan, right? And when I went in there, I pushed everyone to think that hip hop was big at that moment, and it wasn't, right? But I made them believe that just so that I could get my song out. And from that point onwards, in 2010, came the point where I thought that, this rap stuff is a hobby, but it could be more. Because in 2010, if you guys remember, a lot of you would have been young, but there was the Commonwealth Games happening in Delhi. And we were basically the joke of the international media. Everything was going wrong. There were scams, people were sort of making fun of us in international news and stuff. And our government here had these like big joyful songs coming out with A.R. Rahman, where they had like balloons and all. And I was like, why are people happy, right? This is like the worst state that we've been in the international media, and we are happy, right? So there was this official anthem that A.R. Rahman sir had made at that point.
I think we reacted to it.
Something
Remember
called
the
the
Marvel anthem?
unofficial CWG anthem. And it was a
I
song called
remember
Kaisa Mera Desh.
we had a whole
right?
discussion about, yeah.
I made the song. I took a half day off from work. I shot the video for 2,000 rupees, edited it within 2 days, and I put it up. This is what the video looked like, really bad. But I put it up, and I slept, right? I uploaded it, and I went to sleep. And the next morning, this song was number 2 on YouTube at that time, in 2010, right? There had been no rap song that had gone viral at that point, but this was the first one. And I was almost in every mainline newspaper. Everything sort of happened so suddenly. I was taken aback. I was not prepared for it, right? That is a mistake. I was not prepared for it, right? So what happened next was I didn't have anything else. I was like, okay, I have this nice song that's out, but I don't have anything else. And at that point, I have a job and all of that. So I couldn't produce things fast enough, right? And the next song that I would was months later. But by that time, I had realized being issue-based was always a problem because your song died with the issue, right? So when people forgot about this, forgot about the CWG games, the song also was forgotten about, right? So I learned there that, there has to always be a balance between your message, but also the commercial value of what you're doing.
That's facts, right? I think, because
from there on,
I think like a lot of times people ask like why rappers don't talk about like certain topics, but that is true. I think, because like let's say a little baby song. What was that song that he made with like I don't know if you remember the last something.
Made with who?
During COVID, Little Baby made that song. It was like the last something.
No, the bigger picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture. Yeah, like during COVID and like the strikes and stuff. But yeah, I still think it's a good song. Like probably one of his like better songs. But like people probably don't listen to it anymore because like it just talks about like that topic.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that could be said about like a lot of Kendrick songs and stuff. But yeah, I think that's cool that he like that analogy he brought in. Yeah.
I went on, I worked, and I started taking music more seriously though. And in 2012, I made the decision that I was not going to work anymore and I was going to do music full time, right? It was a hard decision.
Bro is looking like Cass. Oh, that's crazy.
To make
They talk about you, I think.
I got a part-time job and I tried to do music on the side. It failed really badly because I was not able to. I was living in Bombay.
That's a compliment.
Prices were, rent is expensive, everything is expensive. Doing a part-time job and trying to do music is very tough, right? I failed to the point where I had to again come back to Delhi, right? Because this is where my home is. So my parents were like, you're wasting money and time there. Come back to Delhi. I came back to Delhi, and I was going to go to Singapore because I'd got a job there, and I'd come to Delhi as an interim period. But somehow something happened, and that got delayed, and they said, it's going to happen next month, so you have this 1 month. That basically I had nothing to do, but I was in Delhi, and but I had a friend that was working with Universal at that point, and he said, you know what, there's this chance that there could be a slot for you somewhere, right? And I'm like, okay, and I tell my parents, I'm here for a month, just let me do music for a month, it's fine. Like, I've been doing it so long, and I don't have anything to do anyway. I made 3 songs that month, and I went to Bombay with those 3 songs, just like I had in 2008.
If you guys want to find out what he did with those 3 songs, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and keep an eye out for the part 2 for this video. But that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. Yeah.
Bye.
And I handed them the demo. But this
Wait,
time they said
are we doing
yes.
another intro or no?
Oh, wait, yeah, we are. What's going on, YouTube?
Oh, wait. Don't leave chat. Don't leave chat. We're just doing an outro too.
Yeah. Bro, thanks we can't watch the original video now. No, because we're streaming, but like we're gonna cut this up and upload it to YouTube. But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm heated up, steaming up, niggas keep playing games. Been a few years, but these niggas on the same thing. Greater than I was, new game, bitch, I leveled up. Know a couple demons did me wrong, had to toughen up. Toss me on the floor, then they walk on me like pavement. So I stayed low, had to make a way, I paved it. Damn, it got bad, had to watch out niggas stepping on me. Took all I had to stay low, they was hating on me. Fucking on that bitch, put it down with like 2 strokes. Lies after lies, all I did was make me lose hope. Karma is a bitch, I've been with her and she real bad. It's like people see me, then they envy, then they get mad. They been getting mad, quite frankly, over dumb shit. New bitch, better moved on from that dumb bitch. You ain't do shit, ain't moving on a busy day. Stupid ass niggas made me lose out on like 40K. It's gonna be okay.